Hello and welcome to the Luxury People podcast by the World Luxury Chamber of Commerce. My name is António Paraíso, your host, and in this podcast series we engage in insightful conversations with leading figures across the luxury sector. Today, I am thrilled to be joined by Iyad Rasbey, Vice President of the Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority and also a WLCC Honorary Board Member. And we will discuss today Ras Al Khaimah luxury transformation. So we will uncover the origin story, the bold moves crafting Ras Al Khaimah unique luxury DNA, some strategies for differentiation amid UAE giants, some leadership through crisis like pandemic, and forward-thinking advice on sustainability and authenticity. So join us for an inspiring conversation, get comfortable, and stay engaged. Welcome, Iyad Rasbey. My pleasure to have you here today.
Pleasure is mine, Antonio. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So let's start from the very beginning, from the origin. What was the moment you realized that Ras Al Khaimah could become a luxury destination? Was there such a moment?
Well, I think the moment came when luxury travel globally started moving away from material access and toward experiences that feel more meaningful and personal. So that support naturally fits that shift. We already offer what today's luxury traveler is looking for. For example, untouched nature, authentic culture, space, and real sense, of escape. So when you combine that with the fact that more than half of our hotel inventory is already 5-star properties, get that that will only grow to over 80% by 2030. So it became clear that this wasn't accidental but intentional for us. So with upcoming brands like the 𝘭𝘶𝘹𝘶, the Four Seasons, the Fairmont, Wynn Al Marjan Island, a beautiful eco-luxury experiences such as Mantis Collection, Sage Mountain Lodge, and this is going to be the first property on Jebel Jais, the highest peak in the UAE, and lifestyle brands like Nobo, W Hotels, and Nikki Beach. So we're building a different kind of luxury that's immersive, experience-driven, and this approach will allow us to attract high-value visitors, enhance, of course, the quality of life for the residents of this emirate, will create a long-term value for the local economy.
I understand. So when you realized that the infrastructure and the characteristics and the conditions were there, so you realized you could work on a plan, on a strategy for the destination to become luxury. Very, very interesting. So if you had to describe Ras Al Khaimah luxury DNA in 3 words, could you do that? What would that be? 3 words.
Authentic, nature-led, and of course international for sure.
Authentic, natural, and international. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
What was the single most important decision when repositioning a destination into luxury? So what did you do and what kind of decisions did you take?
I think the most important decision, when we started looking at repositioning Ras Al Khaimah into luxury, is being honest with ourselves and being very clear about what we are not. and just as much as what we are. So, that clarity drives everything else. From the kind of hotels and experiences we invest in, to the partnerships that we choose to go with, and how we want to position the destination. On the partnership side, for example, it's about working with platforms and networks that genuinely add brand value and reach to us, whether that's trade partners or even leading luxury travel networks, like, for example, the Tiosso and Serendipity. So, in my opinion, successful luxury positioning would comes down to having a clear value proposition, and building, back to authenticity, building authentic connection points with each market and segment, rather than just trying to appeal to everyone, because you won't be able.
Oh, no, that would be suicide. I agree. Very good. And your boldest move during this transformation? Did you remember? Of course. Those very bold move you had to.
Yeah. Maybe it's the boldest move would be when we made, or we made a committing early to a low density. So this is when we said we want to move there. We went committing early to a low density, but high value development model, prioritizing, quality over scale. That meant for us shaping master plans like Marjan Island, to emphasize on open waterfronts, green space. And the sense of space is quite important for us, because this is what we're known for in Ras Al Khaimah. And this, going that direction rather than overdevelopment. And at the same time, we became very selective about the hotel brands we want to work with, making sure, every project adds depth and diversity to the destination. So, and when Al Marjan Island is a great example. It's the first integrated luxury resort in our region. It's the largest private tourism investment in our emirate, over than 5.1 billion US dollar. With 1,530 rooms, 22 dining venues, 900 seats theater, marina, and the luxury retail. We believe this will attract entirely new both domestic and international audiences, and it will create a true global spotlight moment for us, for Ras Al Khaimah.
Very interesting indeed. So low density was a bold move, but I mean, I believe the right one, for sure. Iyad, I'm a big fan of differentiation. I see value in that. So, and we know that the UAE is home for some of the world's most luxurious destinations. So my question is, how did you ensure Ras Al Khaimah would not only stand out, but also offer a distinct value proposition amidst so many interesting offers?
Of course. Look, we were very intentional about embracing what is inherently special about us, about Ras Al Khaimah, rather than trying to compete on access. Our luxury proposition is very deeply connected to the landscape and our heritage. From the UAE's highest, Jebel, peak in the UAE, which I just mentioned, Jebel Jais, our unspoiled desert, to our pristine beaches. And we're quite proud of our history here in the UAE. And Ras Al Khaimah goes back to more than 7,000 years of history, shaped by the three tribes that make up this emirate, the desert tribe, the mountain tribe, and the sea tribe. And it's only in Ras Al Khaimah, you don't find them elsewhere. So that sense of of place is real and authentic. It's not made, it's not manufactured,
Exactly. Touch nature.
and untouched nature. And by leaning into these strengths, Ras Al Khaimah naturally complements other luxury destinations in the UAE, and there are many, and we're proud that we're here to complement what our neighboring Emirates has to offer for our travelers or our visitors to the UAE, and balance to the country's overall tourism story.
I see. Very interesting indeed. And when you base your value proposition on what is unique and cannot be replicated anywhere else, there you have it. You have the differentiation you need to attract the right visitors.
This is the beauty of United Arab Emirates. The seven Emirates are quite different. They're different from an infrastructure aspect. They're different from the way they intend to position themselves. So I always say that we complement each other rather than compete. Because if you come to Ras Al Khaimah, it doesn't mean that you've experienced the entire UAE. No, there are other places you also should visit, Dubai outcomes, and vice versa.
Of course, yeah, very interesting indeed. Iyad, you're a leader. Let's go back 5 years, and leaders have a very important role in times of crisis. 5 years ago, we had pandemic. So, and as far as I know, during the pandemic, you still managed to achieve record visitor numbers. So, what did you do? What kind of leadership guided you during these times of uncertainty?
Like, you took me back 7 years. I mean, back then it was a challenge, but now I should say we're all proud of what we've achieved. To answer your question, simply acting quickly, and staying closely aligned with our stakeholders. And what I mean with stakeholders, your hoteliers, your DMCs, your partners. Especially in times of uncertainty, speed and collaboration really matters, and matters a lot. So we in Ras Al Khaimah, or the Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority, we were the first to move. We moved fast to reposition the destination around, again, back to open air, nature-led experiences. And this is what everyone wanted back then, if you remember. Exactly. Everyone wanted to be out in nature and be, not in busy places. And this is how we succeeded, which played to our strengths and reflected what travelers were looking for at that time. So at the same time, where we were very agile in implementing safety measures. So proudly, we were the first city globally to be certified as safe by Bureau Veritas, and first emirate to receive the WTTC Safe Travels stamp back then. So in my opinion, also what's really important, that we were very focused on building trust with travelers and our partners through many initiatives like the free return PCR testing back then that were offered to visitors coming into Ras Al Khaimah. I don't know if you remember back in days at the early stages of COVID, the PCR test used to cost here in the UAE around $100 approximately. So if you're a family of 4 and you need a return PCR test to go back to home country, that's a lot of money for $100. So we use to support all our visitors with a free PCR test. Yeah, at the arrival, PCR test used to be done also free of charge in all our international airports. Not only that, what we also done is target support for the hospitality sector, the hoteliers, where we managed, we've launched a stimulus package and financially support our properties, and we manage with that to save thousands of jobs. So that combination of positiveness, transparency, collaboration, the meetings that we used to have with everyone helped us navigate uncertainty and, proudly still achieve record visitor numbers.
Mhm. Very interesting and inspiring indeed. Thank you. Iyad, you are a leader in a region, as you very well said, is culturally relevant and with natural beauty. So, with these ingredients, there's a topic which must be one of your primary concerns. I'm talking about sustainability. So, why do you believe sustainability and cultural experiences are important and becoming defining elements for the future of luxury travel?
Both sustainability and authentic cultural experience are becoming defining elements of what, because today's luxury traveler wants more than just comfort. They want a purpose. They want a purpose to go somewhere and not only promise them with, a nice heartfelt holiday. So people want to enjoy the holiday knowing the presence has a positive impact on the destination. A genuine commitment to sustainability helps, protect the very thing that make a place special in the first place. Let's agree on that. Whether that's the environment or the local culture. And out of experience, when travelers experience something authentic, it creates a much deeper emotional connection. Yeah. And that connection, trust me, that connection is what people truly value. And it's often what brings them back or makes them recommend you to family and friends, or be a great ambassador to your destination.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all down to emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Luxury is the business of emotion. And so I see you're doing it very well, making emotional connections at the center, at the core of what you deliver to your guests and visitors. Chapeau.
Thank you.
Um, I would like, we're coming to an end. This has been a very interesting, inspiring conversation. I have one more question for you, dear Iyad, and it has to do, I would like to ask you an advice for our WLCC community, our luxury community. So, uh, could you give us one actionable piece of advice on how to elevate for our members who want to elevate their own brands or eventually their own destinations? What would be one actionable piece of advice?
Humbly, I should say, stay true to who you are, and authenticity is really the only sustainable competitive advantage a brand or a destination can have. Build your luxury proposition around genuine connection points, things that are true to your identity, rather than trying, to imitate or copy others or other brands or other, or take others as a case study. And lastly, maybe invest in quality, in the right partnerships, and definitely in strong storytelling.
Bravo. Excellent. Iyad Rasbey, thank you so much for your inspiring ideas. Thank you for sharing your remarkable journey in elevating Ras Al Khaimah as a world-class luxury destination, from achieving record visitor numbers during the pandemic to embedding sustainability and authenticity in your cultural experiences. Your insights on bold decisions and actionable advice for our luxury community are truly inspiring and valuable. Thank you so much. For our listeners eager to continue the conversation, please feel free to connect with Iyad Rasbey on LinkedIn. As always, thank you for joining the Luxury People podcast by the World Luxury Chamber of Commerce. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. That's it from me now. Until next time. Bye-bye.